Alright guys, so I wanted to make a quick video of start to finish on how to decompile an app, mod it, and then recompile. So bear with me if it's a little lengthy, but I'll try to make it quick. So this is the app that we're going to want to decompile AccuWeather phone. So we're going to go ahead and open a command prompt. Bubba's tools are set up a little differently. You can just hit command prompt and one opens up. That's fine too. So we're going to do APK tool D for decompile and then the name of the app dot APK. Alright, so now that's done, we can go ahead and open it up and we have all our files, what we're going to pretty much work in for theming. Now I already know what text color I want to change, so we're going to go ahead and it's in here, city view, and you can see if I highlight text view, you can see all my text views. And let's say that I want to change the weather date, for instance. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this, and I can either find this color in colors XML, or I can just change it to a hex here. So I'm going to change it to a hex. I'm going to make it black. So my first two letters are for transparency. If I wanted it totally transparent, I could just do 0, 0, but we're going to make it a color. So I'm going to make it black. So it's going to be 6 zeros or 6 numbers after those first two letters. That's important. If it's not correct, the app won't recompile, so it will kick an error here. So we'll go ahead and hit X and we'll save out of that, yes. And then let's look at a drawable, and I'll show you how we can edit a drawable real quick. Let's see. So I know this is the header for the actual app, so I'm going to go ahead and just change that to show you guys a quick overview. I'm going to start up Photoshop, or you can use GIMP, whatever you want to use. Then I'm going to find my image. Okay, right there. And this is a .9 file, so you got to be careful with these. We're just going to change the color. You can do anything with this, as long as it's not around those borders. Those borders you want to keep intact, those 1 pixel borders. So we're going to go ahead and just use that marquee tool and just highlight that square. We could get fancy with this. We could do whatever you wanted. So if you want to just change the color, we can do that. We can, add an overlay to it, and do a gradient overlay if you wanted, and change the colors. You could do whatever you want here. So we're gonna just do something easy and just change the color. Let's make it. I'm a Dolphins fan, so let's make it Dolphins green. They kind of change their colors up here. Or aqua, I should say. So that looks pretty close. Alright, so we're gonna just, oh, what happened here? We're gonna just fill that in, and boom, there's our color change. We're gonna go ahead and hit Control S for save, exit it out. And then let's go back into our folder and see if it changed. There it is. Okay. So after we're done doing that, we're going to go ahead and recompile. So APK tool. And like I said, Bubba's commands are different than mine. You can use his or mine. It doesn't matter. So B is for compile. And then we're going to do the name of the app. iPhone 2013. And you notice before I did .apk. That's only to decompile. When you recompile, you're only recompiling the folder name, so you don't need the .apk on the end of it. Go ahead and hit enter. If I have any errors, they'll pop up. A lot of times errors are, you look at them and you're like, what the hell is going on? If you have an issue with an error, just post it on the thread and I'll look through it and show you how to kind of pick through of what is BS and what you really need to look at. Okay, so if you see this building APK file, that means your file is good. So as long as you see this, that means you built it fine. So we'll go ahead, open it up, and here's our dist folder, distance folder. This is where the new APK is going to be. Original, this stores the original Meta and Android manifest. I never sign my apps ever unless I modify this Android manifest. So I'm going to take this, I copied it. I'm going to go back to my distance folder and paste it here. Now that I have that here, this is my new APK, so I'm going to open that up, and you can see that there's no meta folder in here. There's an Android manifest, but there's no meta folder. So go ahead and highlight these two, and then just drag and drop them. Once that's in there, that's good. Then you can take this, copy it, and you can go. I don't have an S5, by the way, it's just my build prompt. So I have a folder for testing apps on my SD card. I also have apps and then stock backup in case I test anything. That's always good to have. I also have a framework folder too. If I mess with any of my frameworks, I always back them up before, because it's a lot easier to just replace them in a recovery or push them through ADB than to reflash your whole entire ROM. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put that here. Then it copies. Once it's copied, boom, I can go ahead and just use a file explorer. I'm going to highlight that in a file explorer, or copy that in a file explorer, and then copy it to my system app folder and then reboot my phone. There's no need to really set permissions. When you copy it, it gives permissions to all the folders. So you don't really need to set permissions. Some people do, some people don't. I never really bother with it because it's just an extra step that's not needed. But that's it, guys. If you have any questions, just post, all right?